Yo, what's going on, guys? It is Howling Sir, and this is like my fourth or fifth time recording this now because multiple reasons. But I'm going to be teaching you how to handle events and possibly use commands. Like create commands with plugins for like servers, Minecraft servers with Bukkit. So I don't know if this works for Spigot, so you might have to get a separate tutorial for that. But the first thing you need to do is look up this dude on YouTube. Stormcore Films. He is actually quite amazing, but he has tutorials that you need before this. You need to set up Eclipse properly. If you're using like Eclipse, I recommend Eclipse. You don't have to, you can use like Dr. Java or something like that. But I prefer Eclipse, so if you need to do that, then he has tutorials on that. And he also has tutorials on, what's it called, Bukkit API. So how you can like get your own little private server. If I could find it, right here. You can like have your own private server with all of this stuff. Yeah, see, it has Spigot too, but I'm primarily using Craft Bukkit. Alright, cool. Anyways, you need to set up the Bukkit API, and you need to set up Eclipse. So after you do that, you're going to need to create a project. Now you can just call this whatever. You can call it like event handler if you want. I just kind of name it like this, and then I started naming them like this. But anyways, you can name it whatever you want, and then you need to create a new package. And you're going to name it me dot and then your username for Minecraft. Then after that, you're going to make a new class, and you're going to call it event handle. And it's just going to start out like this. But you need to add, I think it's going to start out like this with the package. It's not going to have this. Actually, it might. I'm not sure. I've completely forgot. But you need to just basically copy down all of this except this up there. Because that's going to be your username, not mine. So after you got all this right here may cause an error. And if you hover over it, you should have created a new class, which is this player listener. If it'll open, there we go. So you just need to copy down all of this as well, except this. Now after you have done that, you are good to go, and you are now on your way to making your first event handle plugin. So you first need the annotation event handler. That basically just well, it says that it's an event handler. So, and then public void, and then you can name this part whatever. It doesn't really matter, but it helps if you're more descriptive, so you know what you're talking about whenever you're actually like coding something. So I'm just gonna call this, I don't know. Oh, I have an idea. Bed enter. So now you need parentheses right here. And it is going to give you an error and stuff, but you need to import this also. You need to import an event handler. So now you need to actually state the event. So if you do control space, there's a whole bunch of stuff, but that's not right now. So we can do like player control space, and then there's all this stuff with player events. I think we can do block events too. Maybe not. Yeah, block events. So we're just gonna do player control space bed enter event, and then we're gonna call it E, because this right here is what you were going to refer it as. So they need a curved brace, and then that, and it should be all fine. There should be no errors. And then you're gonna need to type in player equals e.get player and these parentheses, and then a semicolon. Actually, I'm going to call this event. So event, and then you're going to need to change this to whatever this is. So event. And then you need to import player. Alright, so now it's going to give you an error saying that it's empty, but don't worry. So now we can like make it explode if we want to, stuff like that. But that's kind of stupid. Like, why would we want it to explode a bed? So what we can do is we can do player dot send message. Now, obviously, sends player a message, and you can type in a chat color. And if you don't put in a chat color, it'll just be white. So you can type in chat color dot, and then it'll give you all these. So let's go. Let's say light purple. Why not? Light purple, sure. And then you need a plus sign, so it kind of combines the color with whatever you're going to say. So whenever a player enters a bed, it will send the player a message in the color light purple, like good night. And you can also make it say the player's name if you want to. Good night. We can actually do that. Let's go ahead. Plus, and then player dot get name. So it'll say the player's name plus, and then we can go ahead and put like an exclamation point or something. There you have it. You have made your very first simple plugin. Now we just have to save everything. Save, Control S, and Control S once you get to the event handle. Okay, so now you're going to export it. Export. Now, this might take a while because I'm recording. My computer's usually slow when I record. Export it as a jar file. That's important. Oh, okay. My computer just like died there. Cool. Deselect these two and just keep plugin YML. I'll explain this later. Now, make sure I'm gonna name it tutorial 1. So I'm gonna finish. Alright. So now I have to go in here, make sure it's in there. I'm gonna delete these two. Actually, that's my actual plugin that I put up on like Bukkit dev, something like that, curse. But tutorial 1. So now it's in there, but now we need to start the server. Also gonna open up Minecraft at this time, and then I'm gonna start the server. So now it's gonna go ahead and actually start the server. We're just gonna go ahead and actually, why not Optifine? So as we see there, it launched up with no errors whatsoever. We have to wait a little bit. Now, how to connect to the server is really easy. It's just on your own network kind of thing. So once you get in, you can go to multiplayer. You can either add server or direct connect. I'm gonna go ahead and add a server since I do this a lot. Let me delete this and delete this, and then delete it. Add server. I'm just gonna call this test server, if I can spell it right. And then the server address will always be localhost because it's off of your network. So a Minecraft server. And we are in. I have used this server before to actually test other plugins, so obviously there's gonna be a lot of stuff. But anyways, the main thing we are focused on is sleeping in beds, and then it's saying goodnight and then our player name. Now, I don't know if it's actually going to work, I just hope it does. So, we can go ahead and try this. Yep, right there. Good night, little man DZ. And then the exclamation point. So now, it is day. We can also make it to where, whenever they leave a bed, it says, good morning. So, I guess we can go ahead and do that. Actually, no, I don't know. You can just do that in your own time. Now, let me check the recording time. 9 minutes. So yeah, we can do commands. Alright. So we're gonna go ahead and stop the server. So now, open up Eclipse again, And I'm going to use this one, super random, because I think this one has all of the weird commands I use, I believe. Yeah. Well, okay, so as a example, I'm going to use, hang on, I think this is going to be an error, yeah. All these are, hang on, I'm just going to use this one as a thing. And this one. No, just this one, just this one. Please tell me, nope. Turn false. Okay, so, anyways, to create a permission, oh, my phone just went off. So we're going to be talking about permissions and commands, because usually, you know how plugins always have permissions. So, you know, obviously, some players can't and can use certain things. So, I'm going to go ahead and set this up. I forgot to do this as well. Okay. So, once you make a permission, it will, I'm going to go ahead and remove these. I'm going to remove this one and this one. So now this one's going to be referencing to this one. Okay, so basically, to create a permission, okay, let's just look at this real quick. So right here, this public boolean, you're gonna need this to make any command. So you can go ahead and copy this. You don't need this unless you're trying to make something like this, like set the item in hand, then you're gonna need that. Alright, so after you do that, you can go ahead and set up like a command. So we can use this one if we want, or we can go for a more simple one. So like if cmd.getName dot equals, no, not w, equals ignore case. So now this is where we make our own thing. So up here we put for this, we added a permission to the plugin manager. I forgot to mention, add this in to on enable if you're gonna make any type of command. Also, this is actually, this may be really confusing for you guys. Hang on, I just realized something. This, don't worry about block listener. Don't worry about that. Okay, don't worry about anything that says block listener or anything, okay? You're just gonna need this even if you made something like that. So, you need to, oh my god, I just realized I messed up so bad. Oh, this is gonna be confusing to some of y'all. Okay, so you're gonna make a permission like this. So you're gonna public permission, and then you're gonna name it, and then equals new permission. And now this is what they're gonna use to give players permission to use it. So now you're gonna add the permission to the plugin manager like this. So it's gonna actually register it as an actual permission. If that makes any sense. You can use Stormcore Films. You can use his tutorials as well. If you don't understand this, because I'm not really good at explaining things. But, so now, this is going to be the name of the command. So we can make it, we need to make a new permission actually. Public permission ye equals new permission. I want to make a command that gives the player a bed or something. So we're going to call this sleep.use or something like that. I don't know. And then we have to add in a permission. pm.add permission. And then we have to set it to ye, because that's what we named it. So now everything's all fine and dandy. So now we're going to make the command sleep or something. Sleep, I assume, yeah, just sleep. And then and sender instance of player. So this basically just like makes sure that the sender was a player and not like anything else, like a command block. So now player equals player sender. So basically it's just saying that the player is the sender of the command. Now if the player, so if player dot has permission, and then so if the player has the permission sleep dot use. I forgot to put quotations. You have to put quotations around these. Okay, if they have the permission, you need to also make another curved brace. Player dot set item in hand, and then you're going to need to put new item stack. Oops, item stack. And then you're going to need to put another one of these. Material dot. And we can make it like anything we want, but we're going to put it as bed. So bed. So now, if the player has the permission sleep.use, it will put the it will make a new item stack in the player's hand that is a bed. So it'll like make a new bed stack, I guess. So, and then we can also make an else statement, or we can do something else. So I prefer to do else, but you can also do this. If exclamation points player dot has permission. So basically that means that the exclamation point means that the player does not have permission, so it's like the opposite. So you can do that and then set it like this, like you normally would. Sleep.use, except this time you will be making it to where it'll like player dot, like something like this, player dot send message, if I can spell it right. Message chat color dot red plus you do not have access to this command. So we can make it like something like that, which I don't mind that. I like to use else. It's just because it's more simple in my opinion. So you can make it like that, where the exclamation point means the opposite, or you can go ahead and do this. Let's see here, I think I may have, okay, no. So this is still referring to this. It closes off that, but this closes off this, if that makes any sense. So we're going to put else right here, and then a new opening curved brace, and then a new, and just press enter and it should auto make one, if that makes any sense. And then if they don't so basically if they use that command but they don't have permission, it'll send them a message saying that they don't have permission to use this. So chat color dot red plus like something like you do not, or hang on, you do not have the permission to use this command. So now, if they try to use that command but they do not have permission, it'll send them that message. Now by default, all ops have all permissions, except like some with like permissions X and stuff like that, but they made it to where that's like that. So now, we just created a command with a permission. But one thing we need to do, this is plugin 4, wait no, it's like super random. So, nope, super random. There's also we need to make, oh my god, I forgot to mention, if you want to make any type of commands, you have to have a plugin. Actually, if you want to do anything, you have to have a plugin.yml notepad thing. So, you're going to need to make it like this. So it's going to have the name of like the thing. This is going to be called super random. This is like the name of the thing in game, so it'll just like say help super random or something. And then the main will be like the package. So main is me that little man DZ, and then it'll be like the first main class. So anti-block. Version is 1.0, and then commands. This is where it's important. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this one because we're not using that one. That was a different tutorial that didn't turn out as well. So we're going to basically copy this, and you have to make sure all of the spaces are right. So try to get this as right as you can. Line it up right there. So nom. Instead, we're going to change it to sleep. So the user receives a bed if they have permission. So now you obviously receive a bed if you have permission. So hopefully this works, and I didn't just like I didn't just look like an idiot in front of everybody. So I think there's an error somewhere. I guess not. Cause up there it says like there's an error. Okay, we're gonna save this, and okay, so we're gonna go ahead and export it. It's a jar file. Alright. Of course it's gonna do this. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Oh, this is really laggy. Okay, deselect these two and just select plugin.yml. So I'm gonna call this commands, I guess, .jar. Finish it. And if that happens, just click finish again. And then overwrite it, I guess, if that happens. I don't know why. Did I already have a plugin called that? I guess I did somehow. Okay. And then you're going to want to start it. I hope this works. I didn't just look like a freaking idiot in front of everybody. Let's hope there is no errors. Oh. Oh, there is some errors. Well, we can go ahead and test it and see if there is any. Or if it's just being stupid and not recognizing something. Let's hope there isn't any errors, but if there is, I'll go back and try to fix them. So, /help, /plugins. Oh, yep, there is an error. Let's see here. I think it's something to do with the plugin. Not sure. Let's see here. Those are offline. Not offline, like they weren't online, but you know what I mean. Hang on. Okay, so obviously I did something wrong, so I hope I fixed it because now it says that there's no errors whatsoever. Oh, I tried to save it again, but there wasn't anything different. Okay, so we're gonna export it again, and if it doesn't work, then honestly, I will have to like stop the recording for a second, and then have to like look for it for like half an hour, probably. Override it. Alright, so now everything's all fine and dandy, hopefully. Start.bat. I don't want to see if there is any errors, honestly. I don't know why. I just don't. Makes it more rewarding if it actually works, I guess. Okay, let's see. Doesn't work? Probably doesn't, honestly. Plugins. Oh, super random. Help. Super random. Game crash. Okay, nope. Sleep. And I received a bed because I am opt. See, I'm opt. But if I was not op, I don't know why I did it from there. I could have just done it in game. So now I'm not opt. If I do /sleep, I do not have permission. If I do /nom, I also do not have permission. I haven't explained nom, but it's basically the same thing as the bed. See, what was wrong was the plugin.yml. There was one little space right here. One little space for sleep. One little space off, and it messed everything up. So that just goes to show how important it is. So, we can also make it to where it sends the player a message if they do have permission and they use it. Send message chat color dot gold plus you have received a bed. Something like that. Something really simple. I like to keep it simple with plugins. It's like if I make a plugin, I just make it chat related. Like it just sends you a message or something. I honestly don't really like those like plugins where like they're alright, I guess. Most of them are like essential for like servers. But oh, that's the sound. Okay, I just got really scared. It sounded like it was just a motorcycle down the street. I overwrite it. Yeah. So now we have to start the server again. And hopefully, if I remember, I will leave a link to the Storm Core Films guy in the description. Hopefully there's no errors. As you can see here, no errors. So everything should be just fine. Okay. Alright. So now, if I think I'm not opt, so if I do /sleep, you don't have permission to use this command. Obviously, that was already set up before. But it should send us a message if we use the command if we do have permission. So, sleep. You have received a bed. Right there. And the same goes for nom. You enjoy the cookie. It's actually really simple, but I don't know why. I just like plugins like that are simple. And if you're wondering what my skin is, it's just a waffle crying in a diaper. Don't ask. But anyways, that is how to create a really simple Bukkit plugin. And I don't think I explained this well enough, honestly, because I'm too new to Java programming and stuff like that. And like Bukkit, stuff like that. I'm really new to this. So if you have any problems or if you're confused about something, go watch that Stormcore guy. I will, if I remember, I will leave a link to his channel in the description. And there is no like intro to this, and there is no editing because I forgot which editor I used before. I had to like reset everything on my computer because something went wrong. But wow, okay. Anyways, I had to reset everything on my computer, and I lost everything, obviously. So I don't know which editor I used, but if I find it again, then I'll definitely start adding my intro to every single video, hopefully at least. And I hope you guys enjoyed this not quick at all. Let me see how many minutes. Oh boy, 28. This is a big one. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. This is like my first in-depth tutorial, so I don't know if this is actually going to do well. But anyways, I will see you guys later.